Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our daily English conversation. I'm Ayla.
And I'm Jack. We are so happy you are joining us today. How are you doing, Ayla?
I'm doing great, Jack. I'm especially excited because today we're going to talk about a word that my students ask me about almost every single day.
Oh, let me guess. Is it a small word that seems to be in every sentence?
Exactly. It's the word take. It's such a tiny word, but it does so much work in English.
You're right. Take is everywhere. But it's not just take by itself, right? It's all those little words we put after it.
Yes, those are called phrasal verbs, but don't let the name scare you. Today, we're going to look at how to use take in real, everyday life. We want to help you feel confident when you hear it, and more importantly, when you use it.
That's perfect. I remember when I was learning a second language, these kinds of words were the hardest. You think you know what take means, and then someone says take off or take up, and suddenly the meaning is totally different.
It can be confusing, but by the end of this episode, our listeners will have a much better handle on it. We're going to talk about clothes, hobbies, airplanes, and even food.
Sounds like a busy day. Speaking of busy, Jack, did you have a good morning?
I did, but I'm a little tired. I actually decided to take up a new hobby this week.
Oh, really? What are you doing now? Are you learning to play the guitar?
No, not the guitar. I started a pottery class. You know, making bowls and plates out of clay.
Wow, that's cool. So you took up pottery. That's our first one right there, isn't it?
It is. When we start a new hobby or a new activity, we often say, take up. I took up pottery because I wanted to do something with my hands instead of just looking at a computer screen all day.
I need to take up something like that. I spend way too much time on my phone. Maybe I'll take up running. Or maybe just taking a nap. Does take up a nap work?
No, not quite. You just take a nap. But if you start running every morning as a new habit, you definitely take up running.
Okay, I've got it. So how was the first class? Did you have to take off your jewelry?
I did. I had to take off my rings and my watch because the clay gets everywhere. It's very messy.
Take off. That's another one. We use that for clothes and jewelry, right?
Yes, whenever you remove something from your body, like a coat, shoes, or a hat, you take it off. I always tell my guests to take off their shoes when they come into my house.
That's a good rule. I usually take off my jacket the second I walk through the door. It makes me feel relaxed. But wait, take off also happens at the airport, doesn't it?
It does. It's funny how one phrase can mean two different things. A plane takes off when it leaves the ground and starts to fly.
I love that feeling when the plane takes off. Well, actually, I'm a little bit scared of flying, so maybe I don't love it, but it's exciting.
I understand. It's a very strong movement. So we take off our shoes and the plane takes off into the sky.
So, you're at your pottery class, you've taken off your rings, you're starting this new hobby. Did you have to take down any notes?
I did. The teacher gave us a lot of instructions about how to use the wheel. I had to take down the names of the different types of clay and the temperatures for the oven.
Take down. That means writing something on paper, right?
Exactly. It's the same as write down. If a boss is speaking in a meeting, you might take down the important points. Or if you're on the phone and someone gives you their number, you take it down so you don't forget.
I'm doing that right now in my head. I'm taking down all these great examples.
You're natural, Jack. But you know, sometimes when we take up a new hobby, we realize it's too much work. We might realize it takes up too much of our time.
Oh, I see what you did there. Take up can also mean filling a space or a period of time.
Exactly. My pottery class is 3 hours long. It takes up my whole Tuesday evening.
3 hours, that's a lot of time. My old sofa takes up almost my entire living room. I really need to get a smaller one.
Yes, that's a perfect example of space. A big bed takes up a lot of room in a small bedroom.
Okay, so we have take up for starting a hobby and take up for filling time or space. This is getting interesting. What about when you're at a restaurant? I hear take there all the time.
Oh, definitely. Think about when you finish your meal, but you haven't eaten everything. What do you ask the waiter?
I usually ask, can I have a container to take this home?
Right. And in some countries, like the UK, they call food you buy to eat somewhere else takeaway. In the US, we often say take out.
Oh, I love getting Chinese takeout on Fridays. I just want to take it away and eat it on my sofa while watching a movie.
Me too. It's the best way to end the week. But you know, Jack, I actually had a bit of a problem with my takeout yesterday.
What happened?
Well, I ordered a vegetarian pizza, but when I got home and opened the box, it had pepperoni on it.
Oh no. Did you eat it anyway?
No, I didn't. I had to take it back to the restaurant.
Take back. That makes sense. You return something because it's wrong or broken.
Exactly. If you buy a shirt and you find a hole in it, you take it back to the store. Or if you borrow a book from the library, you have to take it back next week.
I am very bad at that. I always forget to take my library books back on time. I end up having to pay a small fine.
You should take down a reminder on your calendar, Jack.
Nice one. I see what you did there. I'll take down a note so I remember to take back the books.
Perfect. You're using them already. Don't worry if you're listening and this feels like a lot of information. We're going to repeat these naturally as we go. The more you hear them, the easier they become.
That's so true. It's all about practice. Ayla, I was thinking about your pottery class again. It sounds like you really like the teacher.
I do. She's wonderful. She's very patient. In fact, she reminds me of my grandmother. She has the same kind eyes.
Oh, so she takes after your grandmother.
Yes, that's a great phrasal verb. To take after someone means to look like them or act like them, usually someone in your family.
People always tell me I take after my father. We both have the same loud laugh and we both love telling jokes.
I can see that. And I think I take after my mother. We both love gardening and we both talk to our plants.
Wait, you talk to your plants?
Only the ones that aren't growing well. I give them a little pep talk.
That's funny. So if a daughter has the same blue eyes as her mom, she takes after her mom.
Exactly. It's mostly about personality or physical appearance.
Got it. Now, let's imagine a different situation. What if I'm at work and my boss gives me a huge new project, but I'm already so busy?
That's a tough one. You might feel like you're taking on too much.
Take on, so that's for jobs or responsibilities.
Yes. To take on means to accept a job, a responsibility, or a challenge. If you take on too many projects, you will feel very stressed.
I've definitely done that before. I said yes to everything and then I realized I couldn't finish it all. I took on too much work.
It's important to know your limits. Sometimes we have to say, I'm sorry, I can't take on any more right now.
That's a good phrase to learn for work. I can't take on any more.
Definitely. But take on can also be used for hiring people. A big company might take on 50 new employees in January.
Oh, like they are taking them on to the team.
You got it.
This is really helpful, Ayla. Let's listen to how some of these sound in a real conversation. Let's imagine we are two friends, and one of us is planning a trip.
Okay, I'll be the one going on the trip.
Great. So, Ayla, I heard you're going to Italy next week.
I am. I'm so excited. I need to take off work for 10 days.
10 days? That's amazing. When does your flight leave?
It takes off at 6 in the morning, so I have to be at the airport very early.
Ugh, I hate early flights. Make sure you don't take on too much luggage. It's hard to carry heavy bags on the train.
Don't worry, I'm only taking one small suitcase. I don't want it to take up too much space in the hotel room.
Good idea. And hey, if you buy anything cool, like a leather jacket, and it doesn't fit, you can't really take it back once you're home.
That's true. I'll have to try everything on before I buy it.
Well, have a great time. Take lots of photos.
I will. I'll take down the names of all the best pasta places to tell you about later.
That was a great little chat. We used so many there. Take off work, flight takes off, take on luggage, take up space, take back a jacket, and take down names.
It felt very natural, right? That's because we use these words all the time without even thinking about it.
Let's try another one. Let's imagine a situation at a clothing store. This is a very common place to use take.
Okay. Jack, you can be the shop assistant and I'll be the customer.
Can do. Hello, can I help you find anything today?
Hi, yes, I'd like to try on this blue coat, please.
Of course. The fitting rooms are just over there.
It's a bit too big. Do you have a smaller size?
Let me check. I'm sorry, we're all out of the smaller size. But if you buy it and change your mind, you can take it back within 30 days for a full refund.
That's good to know. but I think I'll leave it. It would take up too much room in my closet anyway.
No problem. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
See? Take it back and take up room again. They're so useful.
They really are. And I love that we used try on, too. Even though it doesn't use take, it's what we do before we decide to take something home from a store.
Exactly. Ayla, I have a question about something I heard the other day. I heard someone say, the new song really took off. What does that mean? Does the song have wings?
Not exactly. When we say a song, a business, or idea takes off, it means it becomes very successful very quickly.
Ah, like the plane going up into the sky. It's a fast success.
Exactly. It rises fast. So if a new restaurant opens and suddenly there's a line of people at the door every day, you can say that restaurant really took off.
I wish my bank account would take off like that.
We all do, Jack, but usually it takes a lot of hard work before something takes off.
That's true. You have to take on a lot of responsibility first.
Now you're getting it.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about these words. I want to make sure I really understand them. Can we go over them one more time?
Of course. Let's talk about them like we're just chatting. Which one was your favorite?
I think take after is very interesting. It's so specific to families. Like, I have a cousin who takes after our grandfather. They both love fixing old cars.
That's a great way to use it. And remember, it's not just about what you do, but how you look. My sister takes after my dad. They have the exact same nose.
My sister takes after my mom. They are both very organized. My mom takes down everything in her planner, and my sister does the same.
It sounds like your family is very organized. I'm the opposite. I take on too many things, and then I forget where I put my keys.
Maybe you need to take up a memory training class.
Maybe, but that would take up even more of my time.
True. So let's look at take off again, because that one has a few meanings. We have take off for clothes, take off for airplanes, and what about take off for work?
Right. When you take off work or take a day off, it means you don't go to work. You have a holiday.
I'm taking Friday off because it's my birthday.
Happy early birthday! That's a perfect use of the phrase. You're taking the day off to relax.
Thanks. I'm going to take my family out for dinner.
Oh, take out. That's another one. To take someone out means to go with them to a place like a restaurant or a movie, and usually you pay for them.
Yes, I'm going to take them out to a fancy Italian place. I hope they don't take on the most expensive things on the menu.
Well, it is your birthday, Jack. Maybe they will take you out.
I hope so. That would be even better.
So let's review some of these key phrases we've used. I'll say the phrase, and then we can talk about it a little bit more so everyone can hear it in a new sentence.
Sounds like a plan. Let's start with take up.
Okay, take up. Remember, this means to start a new hobby or activity. For example, I think I'll take up yoga to help me relax.
And take up also means to fill space or time. This old table takes up too much room in the kitchen.
Great. Next is take off. We use this for removing clothes. It's warm in here. Why don't you take off your coat?
And for airplanes, the flight was delayed, so we didn't take off until midnight.
And for success. Her career as a photographer really took off after she won that contest.
Don't forget take off work. I need to take tomorrow off to go to the dentist.
Perfect. Now, what about take back?
That's when you return something. The shoes were too small, so I had to take them back to the shop.
And take down. This is for writing. The students were taking down notes during the lecture.
We also talked about take after. He really takes after his father. They both have a great sense of humor.
And take on, to accept a challenge or a job. She decided to take on the role of manager even though she knew it would be difficult.
We also mentioned take out. He took his parents out for lunch for their anniversary.
And lastly, takeaway or takeout for food. Let's get a takeaway tonight. I'm too tired to cook.
Wow, that's a lot of take. But when you explain it like that, it doesn't seem so scary. It's just about the context.
Exactly. Don't try to memorize them all like a list in a book. Just try to notice them when you watch movies or listen to people speaking English.
That's good advice. I always find that I remember words better when I hear them in a story or a real conversation.
Me too. And don't worry if you mix them up sometimes. Even native speakers make mistakes or use different ones. The important thing is that people will usually understand you from the situation.
That's very encouraging, Ayla. English is a journey, right?
It really is. Every small step counts. If you just learn one of these today and use it correctly, that's a big win.
I think I'm going to try to use take up today. I'm going to tell my friend that I want to take up a new language, maybe Spanish.
That's a great goal, Jack. Just make sure it doesn't take up all your time or you won't have time for our podcast.
Oh, don't worry. This podcast is my favorite part of the day. I would never give it up.
I'm glad to hear that. You know, Jack, thinking about all these take phrases makes me think of a question for our listeners.
Oh, I love the question of the day. What is it?
Well, since we talked about hobbies and starting new things, my question is there a new hobby or a new skill that you would like to take up?
That's a great question. It's always fun to think about new things we want to learn.
It really is. And answering this question is a great way to practice your English. You can use the phrase take up in your answer.
For example, you could say, I would like to take up cooking because I want to make healthy meals.
Or you could say, I want to take up photography so I can take better photos of my family.
See, it's simple. Just one sentence can help you remember the phrase forever.
Exactly. We really want to hear from you. Please leave a comment or send us a message with your answer. It helps you practice, and it helps us get to know you.
We love reading your comments. It makes us feel like we're all in one big classroom together.
It really does. Well, Jack, I think we've covered a lot today. I hope our listeners feel a bit more confident with the word take.
I know I do. I've taken down so many good notes in my head.
Good. Remember, everyone, if some of this was a bit fast, you can always listen to the episode again. Repetition is the secret to learning a language.
That's right. Listen while you're cooking, while you're walking the dog, or even while you're taking off your shoes at the end of the day.
Perfect use of take off, Jack. You're on a roll.
I'm trying.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you spending your time with us.
Yes, thank you. Keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
We'll be back next time with more everyday English conversations. Until then, have a wonderful day.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.